So 2023 was a great year in relation to video games and releases and all that stuff. Some people thought it was also a really bad year considering the fact that there was a lot of layoffs and all that other stuff that happened as well. But 2024 doesn't look as promising as this past year in relation to high profile video game releases. And as far as I guess gaming news or gaming related news is concerned, um unfortunately, we have a little bit of bad news in relation to Pokemon, and basically, this is something that I don't think a lot of people saw coming, but unfortunately, it's going to happen. But the Pokemon TV app is getting discontinued in March of 2024, and I believe the Pokemon company had announced it not too long ago, and they didn't give any details or specifics as to why. But I'm pretty sure that's something that hardcore fans of the Pokemon series are going to be disappointed about, and my guess is that Pokemon, for the most part, even though it's still popular, the animated series is not as big or as popular as it once was, like back in the '90s and the 2000s or what have you. The Pokemon video games have still been, selling like crazy and all that stuff, but I do feel that. Like after the early teens, like the Pokemon series has been coasting off its reputation for the most part. And as far as video games or as far as games that did like big numbers in terms of profit, uh the last um the last game I remember that pretty much got mainstream attention was Pokemon Go, and I think that came out back in 2016. So obviously, when it comes to anything gaming related, Pokemon is still like very popular. It's just that the television series is just not what it used to be. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel like the television series should have ended a lot sooner than it did because for heaven's sakes, we got like 25 seasons of Pokemon. And not only that, I believe Ash and Pikachu, um, like they're not going to be included in any like future like Pokemon television shows because I believe it was announced this past year that they were going to be making their final appearance in one of the shows. Um, and honestly, like, Ash and Pikachu have been such a central part of the Pokemon series to a point where it's kind of hard to imagine there being another main character that can kind of like fill Ash Ketchum's void or can replace Pikachu for that matter. But Pikachu is still, very popular as a character because um I think we're supposed to be getting Detective Pikachu 2 sometime in the future. So obviously, Pikachu still has a ton of name value, and a lot of people, including myself at one point, gave Ash Ketchum a lot of crap back in the day for being unpopular and not cool and all that stuff. But when you really look at it, along with Pikachu, Ash Ketchum has been the face of Pokemon for like 2 decades. So, I mean, it's one of those things where you don't realize that you have something, good until it's gone or what have you. But I do feel that the Pokemon TV app getting discontinued or getting canned in March of 2024 is something that a lot of people are not too happy about. But at the same time, you can still watch the animated series on multiple platforms. I believe, there are like episodes on Netflix, and I think there are episodes on Hulu as well. I'm not exactly sure like every platform that it's on, but Pokemon has been on a lot of platforms like dating back like to the '90s. Because remember back in the late '90s, it was on the WB network. During most of the 2000s, it was on Cartoon Network, and then like I believe like during the late teens between 2016 and 2020, it was on Disney XD. So, Pokemon has gotten a ton of exposure to to like various audiences in different countries, and it's so popular to a point where like casuals, people who don't even like know much about the anime or the show or the games, they know what it is because they've heard of it. You go into retail stores, you go look at the toys, there's like, Pokemon, merchandise and all that stuff. So I don't think, the TV app getting discontinued is going to be anything that's going to be seriously detrimental to, the Pokemon franchise and of itself. It's quite possible that Pokemon Company may be playing something new, or maybe be planning on something special in terms of like, having a new platform where people can stream like old episodes of Pokemon from back in the day, whether it be the 90s or the 2000s or the early teens. I'm not quite sure if we're going to get another app where like all 25 seasons is going to be included on it. That's something that remains to be seen, but there are certain places you can watch like certain episodes of Pokemon, but unfortunately, you're gonna have to pay for it, just like anything else. It's especially true if you're using Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime Video or what have you, because that's just the way television is. I don't think you're ever gonna really see Pokemon on Cartoon Network again, because Cartoon Network for the most part has its block of like certain shows that they play every day that they shove down your throat until you get sick of it. But it's not just Cartoon Network. Nickelodeon's become like that as well. A lot of people have just given up on cable television, altogether. But as far as the older seasons of Pokemon is concerned, I'm not exactly sure like where people would be able to watch it other than like the platforms I just mentioned, or even just YouTube, because YouTube has been a like a main place where people watch all their stuff, or they watch certain parts of certain episodes of certain things. They remember key moments of a certain episode. But but yeah, I mean, this is something that caught a lot of people by surprise, and it's something that I don't think it's going to be seriously detrimental to the Pokemon franchise at all. But like if anything, the Pokemon Company should probably remake, older installments of the Pokemon series when it was at its prime, where it was very popular. I believe at one point I wrote whether or not Pokemon Company should remake Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Silver, Gold, all those games, because those games played such a huge role in getting the franchise off the ground and making it as popular as it is. But it seems like the Pokemon Company likes to focus more on, you know, modern, games, and I guess focus more on like the current generation of Pokemon, because they're trying to reach out to a new audience of gamers. But if they remade some of the older games, they can bring back lapsed, fans from the past. But the thing is, a lot of them are probably like really old. They got responsibilities and all that stuff. You know, um, but a lot of gaming companies like to capitalize off of nostalgia, and I feel like that's something that Pokemon Company should probably do more often, especially like with their older anime shows and with their older games. But we have no idea what they plan on doing in the future. So hopefully we'll have more details about the cancellation of the Pokemon TV app and what's going to be done, where I guess people can view all 25 seasons of the Pokemon anime series.